Howdy, my name's Allaryin, and this is Don't Starve. There's been a lot of interest in the game. It's rapidly approaching its formal release, but for those who are willing to give it the benefit of the doubt and pre-order, they are giving two licenses for the price of one minus a little bit. And yeah, so I've seen a little bit of this on YouTube, and I really liked it. What I saw, picked up the game, gave it to a coworker. We've been discussing it. A couple of other people at work have picked it up. So yeah, it really lends itself to discussion and things like this. And it strikes me kind of as the new breed of roguelike games. It's doing a lot right, and it's bringing back a lot of nostalgia from gameplay from previous game styles that I've really enjoyed. So I'm going to go ahead and start up a game here. I've played a little bit. I've played just enough to unlock Wendy here. So you have several characters that you can play with. You start with Wilson, whose special ability is that he grows a beard. You can get Willow, who I admit that the automatically lighting fires in the dark is an addicting ability, and I played most of my time with her, but I literally just unlocked Wendy when I was torn apart by wolves yesterday. So I think it's time to play with this. She it looks like we've got a dead sister. So yeah, we'll play as Abigail, or not Abigail, Wendy. My priorities are pretty simple. I want to find a decent location, set up a base camp, and start building stuff. It's not like Minecraft where you build a lot. Mostly we build the infrastructure to avoid starvation. Oh look, I have a little ribbon in my hair. Yes, you're a jerk. Okay, so first things first, I need to pick up a few things. I need to scavenge as much as possible and explore as much as possible. One of the two things that I'm looking for early on in the game that I have determined that I need to look for early on in the game are... I need a bunch of stones, and I need to find a... oh, he's gonna escape. Yeah. I need to find rocks because I need gold, and I need to find beef animals. We're also gonna try to kill us a couple of bunnies. This is 4 rabbit holes pretty close together, so that may be a decent place to set up something, because if we can set up a bunch of traps and then just walk past there every so often to collect the rabbits when they respawn. Our priorities, other than just making sure we have a good amount of stuff here, this is a decent amount of berry bushes naturally occurring as well. So that's, yeah, there's a lot of bunnies here. And there's a turkey. I really hate turkeys. I've never successfully killed one, just because ranged weapons are kind of difficult to deal with. But let's go. Oh yeah, another turkey, which, and sounds like bees. One thing that I think oh yeah, here we go. Take it. Ah. All right. So bees would be interesting. A lot of things I've noticed tend to depend on being able to do hostile stuff. A lot of the game really expects you to be able to be heavily involved in combat. And, I don't know, there's just something about the way combat works in this game that I've had a really hard time getting, you know, being very successful in in killing things. Let's see here. I'm looking for beef. And mostly just grabbing things as I go along. The world map is pretty good. It keeps a lot of information. You know, it stores really, really high, you know, detail on what's all around. So far, these fields are just full of bunnies, and that is full of berries. That's 5 berry bushes. And I got, you know, 4 berries out of that because the turkeys stole one. But hey, I got a turkey leg. So that makes up for the 1 lost berry. We're also trying to kill a couple of bunny rabbits. Make enough that we can make a fire pretty soon here. I'm hoping that I will be able to actually fight things a little bit more effectively this time around. That's been the big problem, is you can only kite so much, and I've lost several of my games, probably more games than not, to packs of wild dogs. I've starved once. I've died in the dark once, because when night falls, spooky things come out, and the grue will eat you if you stay out in the dark too long. So before too terribly long, we need to make a permanent base camp. Or not a permanent base camp, probably, since I still haven't found any nearby beef to work with. We're gonna set up soon, though, because it's probably gonna be dark in the recording, if nothing else. So I think I like setting myself up just around here somewhere. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I believe that my sanity is going down a little bit faster than it would otherwise with me and walking around in the dusk. But we are going to make a fire, and alright, let's find a place that's not going to burn too terribly much. Right here in the middle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant some pine cones, because I want some charcoal. And if we make a roaring fire close enough to that, to those, it will burn them, and we will be able to harvest charcoal from those young baby trees that died. So making a campfire as close as it'll let me to that. That's pretty close. That's a decent fire, but we're going to go ahead and toss. It's 4 hours until morning, so let's go ahead and add 3 logs to it. Actually, let's just 2. 2 is enough, and sure enough, those all burn, and yeah, I knew that was going to die too, which is why I gathered it. But hey, light. We have fire, and those are going to burn out. Now, if I go through and I chop these with an axe, it's going to turn them into charcoal. However, with the fire still at a decent... Wow, that was evocative. With a decent, you know, blaze in there. It's not overkill, but it's still strong. And with the blaze not terrible, if I were to chop these down, there's a good chance that the charcoal on the ground would ignite before I picked it up. I've made that decision a few too many times. Wow, her vocal stylings are a little bit different from everybody else's. But our sanity is at a normal level. Our hunger is actually... Whoa, we need to cook food. Ah. Okay, we also need to... Well, it looks like I will go ahead and throw one more log on the fire just to make sure. You stand over here, lady. That's one of my biggest problems with the game, is trying to pick past the 2D, because just can't, you know, control the camera very much. Let's see, seeds, carrots, we'll go ahead and cook those up. We'll just cook all the food up that we are currently carrying, because these foods all work well cooked. Alright, that's good. I'm going to try to keep my hunger above 100, saving most of my food for when I get injured. Let's see what else we can make. We only found 1 flint. One of the tools we need to make a pick, but that costs 2 flint. Pick is basically just 2 axes taped together, I guess. Okay, that fire is pretty low, so we can safely collect our charcoal. I haven't tested too much, but other than the fact that it's fun to make the charcoal, I'm pretty sure that the charcoal, you know, at least burns as well as a single log. But alright, it's morning again, and let's see, where have we not explored? We can either progress down this way in the hopes that there are beef down... Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and kill another tree. Chop faster. I need a ton of a lot of these resources. So, spooky forest, lots of bunnies. Yeah, we'll definitely be... With all of these sticks and grass, we'll be able to make a bunch of snares. And I'll just set up 4 or 5 snares for bunny rabbits. And that will keep us very well fed. And one thing that I like about bunnies is that as long as if you trap them alive and keep them alive, they don't ever decay until you need to kill them. So that's always good. Let's go ahead and see what we've got down here. That was hard to pass up. I suspect there are no beef on this particular plane. Yeah, sure enough. No cattle here. We're up to full 40... Okay, 40 grass. We need to make a backpack. And I'm going to put most of my raw materials in the bag. Food can, for the most part, stay there. Alright. We're still doing okay. Sanity is dropping now that it's raining. I've made... One of the things that you can make early on is you can make a straw hat out of just a bunch of straw. Unfortunately, the hat seems to be mostly cosmetic. It didn't keep the rain off like I would have liked. But we didn't lose too much sanity from the rainstorm. Alright, let's see. So we've been there. We are still mostly looking for... We want to identify a field of stones. We don't have to dig much of it. We really need flint. Once we get a couple of flint, it's self-sustaining as long as we break rocks occasionally, because we get a lot of stone out of flint. This is a pretty big field. Maybe this will have beef in it. That'll be great. If I can find cattle before the end of the day, that'll be excellent. But I'm not... I can't really pull the camera out any further than this. Just tons of bunnies as far as the eye can see, and nothing else. This is an enormous, enormous field. And we're approaching the end of our second day. Still no cattle. Oh, man. Alright, and I haven't seen any more flint. I can make a replacement. Okay, here we go. Hey, stone field. Alright. So if nothing else, even though we can't build a pickaxe, we will have enough rocks to build a fire ring. Because we need 12 rocks to make a semi-permanent fire. One that isn't going to ignite things nearby. That's kind of the big difference between the fire ring, other than the fact that it's easier to maintain. Okay, there we go. That was 12 rocks. So this is good. This is where we'll come to dig for ore. But man, this keeps going. Alright. Alright, we have enough rocks for now. Hey, an icy poo. Excellent. Okay, so we do have beef here. This is a really kind of out there location, but it's getting dark. I want to see if maybe we can find the other side of the field for now. I haven't seen a lot of bunnies over here either. I'm not too terribly concerned about walking around. And alright, excellent. There is forest over here with a bunch of fireflies. That's promising. Birds drop seeds. That's where seeds come from. Alright. Yeah, okay. So, it was right there. We walked all the way around, and the cattle are just up in this area. So let's go ahead and make our camp just outside of the plains. And for now, just because it's getting late and I'm done wasting time, I'm gonna just make a campfire here. And we're gonna eat all of those berries because they're starting to decay. We'll have enough stone that we should be okay for. We should be fine for a lot of things. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and cook that other carrot. And then eat all of my berries. Okay, we're good. Actually, we'll eat the other berry too. And we'll cook the other bunny that we slew. Okay, so, looking at the map, this is really, really good for sticks and grass. Just ridiculously good for sticks and grass. And this is really good for bunnies. And that has bees down there. And this is where the beef come from. So maybe a permanent camp location down a little bit further will be good. Having the campfire, the fire ring here isn't a problem. I am going to go ahead and let's fast forward through the night, because I don't have really any work I want to do. The big thing that I want to make is I want to make this science machine. Actually, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and plant some of these trees, because we can do that at least. Hey, look, the fireflies are pretty. If we had a net, we could go grab them, but nets require... well, they require silk, because everything requires spider silk, practically, it feels like. The other thing is... wow. Everything in the fire pit really, really lasts a long time. It burns more efficiently. It's more contained. It's, you know... okay. And we're back to there. So, that will be more than enough to go into the morning. I want to say 3 logs is overkill for 3 hours. I haven't figured out exactly how long a log burns in one of these. Need to time it. With this much charcoal, we're going to use the charcoal for a few things. I want to... because yes, we can actually make things out of charcoal. I want to use it to start working on some food preservation. Because if we're going to be trapping a bunch of bunny rabbits, we may as well be able to use what we get from the bunnies. So I want to set up, you know, kind of a bunny processing plant, and one of the things that comes from that is... okay. So this is actually the northern boundary of all of that. Up here it looks like, wow. Okay, so big grass plain. We'll ignore the rest of this for now. We pick up the seeds. Seeds last a really long time. Seeds last for weeks before they start decaying, it seems. So I'm not too terribly concerned. That's a mushroom. Mushrooms are always really big trade-off items to eat. They come in 3 colors, and each of them is worse to eat than the others. So, I haven't ever found the compulsion to really gather mushrooms very much. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's over here. Hey! That was a little bit of a sort of a hallucination on the edge of the screen there, I thought I saw. Yes, I thought I saw a hallucination. How's that for meta? Aw, the poor tree died. But flint. I know, I probably missed dozens of them. But, whatever. Okay, so I have more than enough grass for a long time. I have 3 flint. Let's go ahead and pick up the rest of this ambient flint and some of these saplings here. And then we're going to be good to... Let's work our way back toward the stone field, where we will dig a bunch of stuff. And ideally set up a more permanent camp somewhere. Okay. That's probably more than enough there. So let's see here. Yeah, our camp is there. Yeah, I kind of like putting it just right here, even though the beef are a walk. Well, I don't know. Maybe we will. Yeah, let's go ahead and dwell here for now, because this walk to go down and gather all of those isn't that big of a deal. And it looks like most of the rest of the map is this direction anyways. So for now, we will go ahead and set our camp up that way. But there's a rock right here. Let's go ahead and make a rock breaking tool and break a rock. See? We already got the flint to pay back for the pick that we made. It paid for itself on the first swing. We are going to gather poo. I want to set up some of the second tier. That was a guy right there. Okay. I want to set up some of the second tier farms. If you look in here, there's a speedy farm plot and a drying rack. The drying rack is what I want to use the charcoal for. The speedy plot, which we will be able to build one of those probably our first night, if we find another thing of poo and cut down another tree, I guess. So there's some more poo. We will be able to get a crop in the ground. And there's gold. Alright. That's actually all I really needed from over here right now, was that. I'm going to go ahead and gather just a little bit more of the poo. And we're going to go get our science on. Where are... I guess, yeah, let's go a little bit into the woods and get some trees. Let's kill 2 large trees and make camp. You're a tree big enough to kill. I don't like chopping the little trees, just because you get so much less lumber out of them. So those are all way too tiny to chop down right now. We'll let them wait. And come on, where's another tree? There's supposed to be forest biome. There we go, there's another tree. Alright, and these pine cones that I'm getting from these trees will be planted. I haven't seen a single... Oh, phooey. I haven't seen a single spider nest yet. That's a little bit kind of weird. Hey! It's Abigail. She's following me. She's a light source. That's my twin sister. Okay. Oh, because clearly twins. Because she has a hair ribbon as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and make our... We're gonna pop 2 pieces of fuel. So she's sticking pretty close here. That's interesting. Alright, she's sticking pretty close. Okay, science. First priority. Research machina. Tools. We need to be able to make shovels. I don't know what pitchforks are for. Razors are for getting wool from sleeping cattle. Let's see here. Refine. We need to make rope. Let's go ahead and make rope. And researching things heals sanity. I don't know if just crafting things in general does, though. No, crafting things in general does not. That's fine. Up. Actually, let's go ahead and toss. There we go. Okay. So, other things that we need to make. The speedy plot. Oh, I threw one too many log on there, but looks like a log. That tree grew up, so we will cut this tree. Looks like we can... Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Now that we have everything over there, let's walk back over to the science machine. Craft a speedy farm plot here. And plant some seeds. The basic farm plot costs half the manure, and it uses, like, straw. Okay, she's keeping her distance. The one spoiler that I did get about Abigail is that apparently she is kind of hostile to you. A little bit, sort of, maybe. So, I don't know. Okay, anyways, we have rope. Rope will allow us to make combat things. It'll allow us to make a spear and a log suit. We need 8 logs to make some armor. Let's go ahead and make a spear now, though, so we stop killing things with our axe. And look, our sanity's doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and cook the rest of our berries. Eat those. You are just so full of emptiness. Okay. So that's good. What else can we make? We can make a bedroll. Bedroll, so sleeping through the night costs a ton of hunger. It costs like 75 hunger to sleep through the night. But it heals a good amount of sanity to not stay up with your nightmares. Because, you know, how many days you stay awake. It affects your reasoning faculties. We could make the straw hat, but I like the ribbon and the straw hat doesn't do anything. I think I want to... Okay, she poofed there. We'll go ahead and plant another tree there.